Welcome back, friends. Mark Piotr here. This is part 2 of the horror movie. Ooh. I'm excited about my new shirt. I got this for Father's Day. Look at this. I am the proud papa of 7 grandchildren. They're all giving me a fist bump. One of my grandchildren I haven't even met yet. He was born during the COVID years. I wonder if that will ever be a line in a book or a movie. By the way, I have already gotten into writing the script for the movie, and it's not that scary. It's not really a horror movie. Kind of more like a psychological thriller, but without too many thrills. All right, so one of the sound effects that I know that I wanted to have is the sound of a heartbeat. You know, you often hear that when you're watching a film and you'll hear somebody's heartbeat and it starts to speed up. And I was wondering, well, how do you get that sound without using a drum kit or making it too obvious tapping on a microphone? So let's see if it's loud enough for the camera to pick up the sound. Anyway, something like that, and that should add a little more excitement for the part where his heart starts beating faster. Scrape. I did a pick scrape on different strings. The hard part is to keep the pick moving at a slow enough pace so that it lasts a long time, but you don't want to get stuck and stop during the scrape. It's not as easy as it looks. Anyway, you can tell how that's going to make a really cool rumbling sound. In the previous video, you saw me using the E-bow on the electric guitar and how I was bending the string lower with the tremolo bar. And I also did that and recorded that on the bass, which is going to give me some extra low droning sounds. Let's try it on the low E. Here it comes gradually. Takes longer to get the bass string to start wiggling. There's that snare drum rattling again. Oh, that's me touching the E-bow onto the string. Anyway, so sounds like that are going to be included in the movie to add that weird ambiance. So my concept for the music in the background is to create several tense sounds and a few irritating sounds so that I can select, mix, and match any of them at any moment. And I really don't care what key I'm in and things like this. And this gives me a lot of freedom when I'm making the movie. And the final result is that I'm going to be creating the music in the editing room by first preparing myself with various sounds, and then I select them and put them into the movie as I see fit. So let me show you some of these things. I love the sounds in the Logic Pro. I highly recommend it. It's worth paying the price of Logic Pro just for the keyboard sounds. I love some of that 80s and 90s music from David Lynch and other directors like him. Doesn't that remind you of something from... There's another synth I'll be using that sounds like this. It's just minor thirds and major thirds. Okay, then we have a third instrument. This one's called Deep Ambient Stack. Another sound that I heard that I liked was the portamento that comes in a sound that Logic calls robo bass. So you have this, and I thought, what would that sound like if it's played ridiculously high up on the keyboard? It would be very irritating. And yes, I tried putting all four of them together at once. This was a lot of fun to do because, again, I didn't really care what key I'm in, and so somebody's playing a C minor chord and somebody else is playing G flat major, and it was a lot of fun. I wanted just a brief little theme to show his sick, twisted mind. Also, it's a way of bringing back memories, bad memories. We start with perfect fourths, and then we close the gap top and bottom to major thirds and minor thirds, like that. And I love how the last one is actually a diminished stack but spread apart. In many of these types of movies that I enjoy, there is often an old object that takes the person into a history. It could be a picture on the wall, it could be something behind the wall, a necklace, a gravestone. In my case, it's going to be a music box. And I actually took some time and wrote out some notes for the music box to play. Surprisingly, this took me kind of a long time to come up with this melody, where we're going to explore D minor and B major and F major and B major kind of next to each other, and then put in the dominant chord of the F major as well. So the melody goes like this. And here's what it sounds like on my recording. So it's almost pretty, but it's almost demented. Well, I hope you enjoyed another behind the scenes into the sick, twisted mind. The title is going to be Intensity, And it's about this rock that has supernatural powers or feelings and makes the main character do bad things. I'll see you next time.